Hey, good morning and welcome to Hobby Evolution episode 170. It's Sunday. Good morning. Missed George and Dan last night on their YouTube live. I apologize for that, but I will be with them next Saturday. My wife is heading to Florida tomorrow. So we finished up watching The Flight Attendant on HBO Max. Great series with Kaylee Cuoco. Finished that up. It was good stuff. So today I wanted to share some stories of Cubs conventions past. It would have been the Cubs convention this weekend at the Sheraton Hotel along the Chicago River. This morning, right about now, I would be probably getting in line for the last edition of autograph lines. So basically that's kind of what I do, is I stand in line for autographs all day Saturday and all morning Sunday. And the free autograph lines are, former players. Usually there's a few like recent free agent signings from the off season, like relief pitchers and some of the low, the lesser named players. The like superstars are either a meet and greet or like a scratch off. When you sign in, you get like a bag full of goodies. There's like a calendar. There's the Cubs convention program, like a pocket schedule, just some random little trinkets, and you get a scratch off ticket. And usually it is $5 off the Cubs team store. Now I've been going for, I think I've gone 6 times. I've only pulled a scratch off once, and it was for Cole Hamels. So I did get had Cole sign a baseball. And that's the only time. So 1 out of 6. And actually a couple years, my buddy bought a couple tickets. So we both got 2 scratch offs and again, $5 off. So, some of the guys that like Randy Rosario has been in the free autograph lines. Who else? Kendall Graveman, some of those type of players. Zach, good morning. Putting my 1989 Score football set in a binder. Nice. Leaving the Barry, Aikman, and Mandrich. Leaving the Mandrich in a protective case. What about Boz? What a great set. 89 Score football. So that's kind of how I've in the first couple years for Cubs convention. I mean, the first year, and I wrote a blog last year about how to take it all in. So I would write notes on the train. So basically it's like planes, trains, and automobiles for me in Madison to get there, because I don't want to pay for parking at the hotel. It's like $70 a day. It's something crazy. So what I do is and there's no direct like Amtrak from Madison to Chicago, which is absolutely crazy to me. The closest is like in Columbus, Wisconsin, which is like a 45-minute drive, and it only goes in once a day, like at noon. So what I do is I drive from Madison down into Illinois. It's like a mostly back roads because I cut across from Janesville down into Harvard, Illinois. So it's like an hour and 15-minute drive. It's nice because I leave early in the morning. I think it's a 9 a.m. train is the first one that they have going. So I will, grab some coffee and take a nice little cruise across southern Wisconsin. The Harvard Metra takes me down to Ogilvie Station in downtown Chicago. And then I hail a cab outside the train station and taxi over to the Sheraton. And it's kind of annoying. If I buy like a bunch of stuff at Cubs convention, the year after the World Series, so the 2017 convention, I bought this huge framed, it's got like a ticket stub from the World Series, a Sports Illustrated, the Chicago Tribune newspaper, and it's pretty big. So hauling that along with like my suitcase and my bag of stuff, I'm like huffing and puffing. throwing it in a cab, going into the station, going upstairs. It's getting it on the train, getting it off the train. And then sometimes there's like a lot of snow on the ground and it's 20 below zero in mid-January. So on the train ride back from Chicago to Harvard on the Metra, I would in my phone type out notes like, what do I need to do for next year? So then next January, I could go back to my notes. What do I need to do different? So the very first convention, I just kind of took it all in. I didn't know what to expect. And I went in with like absolutely zero expectations. My friend Dave, who we go up every year, he's been going for, I don't know, 15, 20 years. So he's like told all of these stories. So I had these in my mind, but I didn't want to expect the same because, it can change on a whim. So I went in and just took it all in. And I tried to experience a little bit of everything. The one mistake I made that first year was I drank too much beer on the first night at the Cary Wood fundraiser. And so I was feeling pretty poorly on Saturday morning. And I took in some of the, they have like panels with, Good Morning Herman. They have panels with like the executives like Theo and Jed. The Ricketts did like a Q&A. He stopped doing that a year ago or so. Sunday always, they did Down on the Farm with some of the top prospects. So there's panels. So you walk into the hotel lobby. Okay, so I'm going to take you through like a Friday at the Cubs convention. So now a lot of people think that a fan convention, it's for the fans, it should be cheap. Now, the actual, it can be expensive for an out-of-towner. Like I have to, pay $10 for a train ticket, $10 here on a cab, $10 there on a cab, gas to drive an hour to the train station, you got to pay for the hotel. Dave and I split a hotel. So, we cut that cost in half, but there's all of these. And I didn't learn this until a couple years in to bring food and bring beer and bring water, because if you buy it there, it's super expensive. You can carry coolers around. So I finally, like in year 5, brought like a small cooler, like one of those collapsibles. And, I could carry around a 6-pack with my stuff. So I think it's a great deal. And I would pay the ticket to the convention itself is, I think they raised it to like $150 for the 3 days of the convention. And I think that's a great deal. And I would pay more than that. Don't tell the Cubs. I would pay more than that. That's me personally. A lot of people think it's a ripoff, but they're also factoring the hotel. They're factoring in travel. Yes, I understand that's an expense, but the Cubs convention itself, I think at that price point is a great deal. So you walk in. So I get there at like, usually like 11, because it's about an hour and a half train ride. Train leaves like 9:15. So I get downtown Chicago, take the cab. It's a quick 10-minute cab ride. So I get in like right around 11. Usually my buddy Dave does all the check-in stuff. So typically what he does is he's in line for the tickets. So we've got like this process where I'll check in, I'll dump my bags off because he hasn't checked into the hotel to get the tickets yet. He's still in line because I don't think they open the lines up until like noon or 1 to like actually sign in. So I'll drop my bags off at the bellhop and I will go into line for the garage sale. So what the Cubs have is they have a meet and greet line, which people will camp out, literally sleep in the hotel lobby overnight, camping out in line to pay $300 for a meet and greet with Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, Javi Baez, etc. I'm not into that. But the garage sale I love. So the garage sale has, it used to be, it's gotten less and less as the years go by. But for example, like there's like pre-World Series and post-World Series. Pre-World Series, awesome deals. Post-World Series, boom, prices are skyrocketing. So one year I was able to get, and I think it might have been the 2015 year, they gave out like a set of 5 bobbleheads throughout the year for game day giveaways. They were selling sets of all 5 bobbleheads for $50, $10 a bobblehead. These sell now for like upwards of $100 a bobblehead. So, and they limit you one, so I couldn't flip. So I bought the 5, and actually I think I did have the Jorge Soler, so I did flip it for, I don't know, $50 or whatever. So that was a great deal. So now they typically just they have mystery signed baseballs, and I think they're $40. I was able to get, one year I got like Justin Grimm, which is okay. It's a player. But then one year they mixed in 7th inning stretch singers. Okay. And we're talking like one of the friends that we were with, his $40 autographed baseball was like the lacrosse coach at Northwestern University. Ouch. So that's when I like was turned off by the mystery baseballs. I don't want the Northwestern lacrosse coach. I don't want a basketball coach from University of Illinois. My buddy Dave got Doug McDermott, a Chicago Bulls player at the time. So none of that. They have grab bags, and grab bags is like the highlight of the Cubs garage sale. So they have grab bags, and these are like all game day giveaways. So they have like, I don't think I have anything next to me. Usually I do, but they have like, usually there's a bobblehead or like a statue, something like that. They have like the towels, the W towels, usually a t-shirt, just a bunch of random, like whatever the Cubs gave away for stadium giveaways. And there's usually like 5 or 6 things, and they're $35, and it's an absolute steal because usually I only buy them for the bobblehead, which $35 is less than you can buy most of them on eBay anyway. And then some of the stuff I would just sell, like they used to mix in like little kids, like a bib or like a child t-shirt. And I just throw that on eBay and sell it for whatever I could, because I don't have kids. And what am I going to do with, a teddy bear, stuff like that, like a Clark the Cub teddy bear. So I would sell like half of the stuff in there, which usually sold for, twice as much as the $35 grab bag itself. Keep the good stuff. Got like a Ron Santo flag one year. So there's usually some pretty cool stuff. And then they'll have like autographed photos for like $10. They'll have like jerseys on sale, usually of like players, like less, relief pitchers or guys who were no longer with the team, stuff like that. So the garage sale used to be really awesome. Now it's cool. Typically now I just buy a grab bag and be done. So that's like the very first thing. And usually we have to wait in line like 2 hours because I think they open the door at 1, but usually the line is like all across the hotel. So that's why I get in line, early. Dave's in line for signing in to the actual convention. I'm in line for the garage sale. And it's cool. You talk to people in line next to you and whatnot. So it's a lot of fun. So that's day 1. And then after that, we take our crap up to the hotel room. We go back downstairs. So there's, I think, 3 levels. So you walk into the lobby. That's where like the lobby is up front. People are hanging out, waiting for Cutler. A lot of autograph seekers right up front in the hotel lobby. You go a little further. There's like another lobby with couches and stuff. People are playing poker and just drinking, having a good time. That's next to the hotel bar. And then on the other side, you walk further to the other side, and that's where like the meet and greet line and the garage sale. So that's like the main level. You go down a level, and that is where the actual like main autograph, the first 5 autograph lines. So there's usually like 10 autograph lines total going on at a time. So the autograph lines are there, and then they have like concessions. They have vendors, a lot of like clothing vendors. There's memorabilia, baseball cards, all that. They have an auction on Friday afternoon of like high-end game use stuff that goes for crazy amounts. It's fun just to watch. They have my favorite is the game used authentic store, and I buy a bunch. I bought a game used base. Dan, good morning. What's up? Midnight. So they have, I bought a game used base from the National League Championship Series. It was second base. Javi Baez started that game. I've bought cleats. I bought a pair of Mike Olt game used cleats. I have an Edwin Jackson game used hat. I've got a pair of James Russell's game used throwback pants. What else have I bought in there? I've bought game used jerseys. I was buying game used jerseys like this was pre-World Series. On Sunday, they would discount them down to $25. So I'd grab a few, and I ended up just selling them because I don't really collect jerseys, and I could sell them for $100. Now they start the prices at like $150. And you know, I just stay away from it. So that's some of the cool stuff they have. They have a bunch of just random game used stuff in the Cubs team authentic store. And then there's the actual Cubs team store where you can buy some gear. And then, you know, like the vendors. So then you go down one more level. That's like the basement, the parking garage. And in the last couple of years, they put more autograph lines. So they've like doubled the autographs of like the former players. And sometimes there's great play like Bill Madlock signs a lot, Jody Davis. So there's some bigger names. Lee Smith is a free autograph a lot, Hall of Famer. So the basement level, they have like another 5 autograph lines. And that's pretty much it in the parking garage. I think they also have a bar down there as well, like a small bar. And then you go back up. So then you go back up, bottom level, back up to the main level. You go up one more level, and that is the ballroom. So the ballroom hosts Cubs bingo on Saturday nights. It hosts the opening ceremonies on Friday nights. And then they also have the breakout panels. And there's usually like 3 panels going at a time on Saturday and then Sunday morning. And those are the panels with like the executives and the down on the farm and just various. They'll bring back like players from the '84 team and do like Q&A and tell stories. They'll do like Brizzo with Chris Bryan, Anthony Rizzo, just some random panel sessions that are always pretty cool. Dan asks, favorite memory of them all. So I think my favorite memories are typically Friday night. It's not a part of the actual Cubs convention, but Kerry Wood has a fundraiser at Harry Carey's. And so we've been going every year to that. My buddy Dave's been to all of them. I've been to all but the first 2 when I didn't go to the Cubs convention. And it's basically you pay, you know, X amount for the ticket, and that's free booze and free food all night long. And then you tip, you know, because it's all going to charity. You tip for charity. You know, some of the experiences we like belly up to the bar and like don't leave, all those guys. I think the first year I went, Kyle Schwarber and Pierce Johnson were standing right behind me, and please wait while we're reconnecting. Oh, great. So, you know, I talked to Kyle, just kind of chit-chatted for a moment. And the Plain White Tees perform there like every year. So the lead singer, he's like standing next to me, chit chat with him. I can't think of his name. But the lead singer for the Plain White Tees, they always perform Hey There, Delilah. What else? My buddy Dave went to the bathroom and he came back and he's like, I just peed between 2 all-stars. And I think it was Ted Lilly and maybe Rick Sutcliffe in the bathroom. I've ran into Ryan Sandberg in the bathroom, David Ross. It's just like, it's literally like they're a part of this, you know, party. So those are always fun memories that we've had at Woody's winter warm up. And the people, going back to the deal, that I think it's a great deal on the Cubs convention. It's because I've made so many friends at Cubs convention just hanging out for the 3 days and doing all that. And so it's kind of that in itself is worth the price of admission. Just hanging out with people, meeting new friends. We all have a common bond in loving and being obsessed with the Chicago Cubs. So that's always just running into people that sometimes you only see once a year. And then running into people that you interact with. I think last year I met probably 5 or 6 people that I've interacted with on Twitter that we had never met before. So just developing and building relationships is a lot of fun. Delilah was supposedly a track star who went to Queen of Peace in Burbank. Yeah, I think all those guys are from Chicago. At least I know the lead singer was, for sure. He's there every year. What's his name? The guy from Survivor, the lead singer who does Eye of the Tiger. He's performed Eye of the Tiger the last couple of years. I actually think I have some of the videos here on my YouTube channel from the last couple of years. Because Kyle Schwarber actually got up and sang with the Plain White T's, did Hey There Delilah. And then Eye of the Tiger, I've got some Eye of the Tiger video as well. From Woody's winter warm up. So that's Cubs convention. It's an absolute blast, and really miss it. Would have been this weekend. I think it's an awesome deal. So yeah, missing the Cubs convention. So that's all I had to talk about today. I did I get an email yesterday? I did not. But right after this, I am going to open up my mail from like Thursday. So I think I have at least 1,000 Cubs cards that came in on Thursday. So that'll put my count probably over 528,000. Been a slow start to 2021, but that was kind of by design. And just kind of laying off the volume of trades just to focus on sales. And then hopefully later in the year, get some big bulk trades to really get going. So that's all I had for today. Zach, Herman, Dan, thanks for tuning in this morning. Sorting through bulk, pulling out Cubs cards. All right, I like it. Thank you, Herman. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great Sunday. And I think there's some playoff games on today. I watched a little bit of the Packers game yesterday. I was rooting for the Rams, but Packers prevailed. So I think the Browns are on today, and maybe the Saints, Buccaneers. Can't remember. But thanks for tuning in. 1millioncubs.com is the website. 99centcards.com is the eBay store. Twitter is at 1millioncubs. Have a great Sunday.